Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review of Seeking Sister Wives, Season 5, Episode 10. Y'all, let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
aunties
boop.
and everybody needs.
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hey, everybody, this is Auntie, and I'm here to do my review of a Seeking Sister Wife, Season 5, Episode 10. I am not coming on camera because I am actually working overtime tonight, but I was like, I got to come out here and talk to my subscribers, my members, and everybody in between about this episode of a Seeking Sister Wife. So please excuse me for not being live on air, because I'm live. I'm just not showing my face. Anyway, y'all, this episode was out of control. When you thought that it could not get any worse, it did. We got a lot to talk about tonight, so let's just go head on and jump right into it. The Davises. Shall buy. Now, y'all know they have been trying to sell Danielle on the idea of marrying someone else, child, bringing another sister wife into the family. And so they have decided, child, that they are going to go out on a date. And they went out with some girl named Jasmine. Child, when Jasmine showed up, honey, in a kiwi green dress, I was like, what in the whole foolishness is going on? That thing was tight all up around the tum-tum and everything. But she said, I'm about to show up to show out. So, the girls came, it was all up there, Jennifer, April, and Danielle. And of course, they was checking her out and everything. So as they was checking her out, they came out with their little drinks and everything. And they sat downtown at the patio and they had one of those big size things, a Jenga. And so they decided that they would, use the Jenga blocks in order to ask the questions, for Miss Little Jasmine child. So Jasmine was ready. She was on her toes. She said, look, I got to get me my money. I got to get my papers by any means necessary, child. I'm a single mom out here in these streets. And I'm about to do the most, okay? I'm about to do something strange for some change. So, girl, the next thing you know, child, they got to ask her. They said, Danielle, you pull the first block, you go here. Because y'all know that April is just pushing her child. Now, they know daggone well that Danielle is not up for this. Danielle knows she not up for this, but Danielle is going along with okay? She's going along with this, okay? So, she asked her, has she ever been in a relationship like this, right? And so girlfriend was like, no, I ain't never been in a relationship like this, but I'm open to it and whoopty whoopty whoop. So of course she pulled the next one and she asked them, what brought them to it. So Danielle was like, it's about the family. Okay, she wants to be in this, family type of thing. She didn't think that this was something that she was going to be able to do, but she's going to go ahead on and do it. So, girl, next thing you know, they pulled the next little Jenga block. Okay. Y'all know what Jengas, you gotta pull a block, stack the block on top, and when it fall down, you lose. So they ask her all kinds of questions about, herself, why she wants to be in this type of relationship. They ask her, does she have a pet peeve? And the girlfriend was thinking, she answered all of these questions on a very high level. She didn't get personal or anything. So she, was like, well, this is something, my pet peeve is that I don't like people to repeat themselves. There's a part of a song that my son continued to sing over and over and over again, and I don't like the song. So basically, everything that they were saying, they asked her, how would she feel about sleeping in the bed with three other people? And she was like, I don't have a problem with that. I just pull the covers off. She was just asking them kind of like, saying what she thought that they wanted her to say. Child, but when they asked her, did she want to go out on a date with Nick? She was like, oh, heel to the year, honey. Them deep dimples up in her cheeks was showing like, I don't know what, honey. You could have dropped. Anyway, she was so excited to be with Nick. Now, Danielle had already peeped her card and was like, you know what? At this point, this girl is saying, is she real about what the way that she's answering questions? Or is she just doing this simply because, she wants to answer the questions the right way? She did tell them that she had an 11-year-old son and they was, interested in that. Now, April is saying that she is worried about whether or not Danielle is really ready for this. They would rather not lose Danielle. So, honey, they got to come back to Nick. Nick is sitting, with the little baby throwing balls into a thing. Girl, he'll do all day long. It's just trifling that he don't do anything all day long. But anyway, wait a minute. They asked the girl about the polygamous relationship. She said that, people be in a wolf pack. The man is the head and he's the center and everything revolves around that man, and all the women in her family went out and worked while the father stayed home with the kids. What? She had all the answers. And when somebody have all the answers like that, they line their ass off. But anyway, she said that, she grew up in a wolf pack. And so Nick was asking Danielle, how she felt about it. Danielle said that she doesn't want to be the only one to say no. That, she's trying to go along for the get along. And I'm saying to myself, this is the problem with you, Danielle. You need to stand up for yourself and be like, we're not going. We're not going. We're not doing this. This is not something that I'm interested in doing. I just don't understand why she just won't be real with him. At the end of the day, she's going to probably end up moving out again because Danielle's not really with it. She's acting as if she is, but honey, trust and believe me, she's not. Child, they showed their whole ass this episode. Now, they have a girlfriend, right, named Joe. Joe is in a polyamorous relationship, right? Where she's bisexual. So not only does she's dating a couple, they're married, she's in a relationship with them, and she is active with both the husband and the wife because she is bisexual. Now, the mother had already told them that she don't want nothing to do with this. Don't invite her over. She ain't got shit to do with it. But the son decides that Naim decides that he is going to invite the mother out to dinner or to brunch or lunch or whatever it was to try to further push this agenda down the mother's throat. The mother has been absolutely clear on how she feels about this. But here they got Joe walking into this hostile situation. She believes that she is going to be able to go out there and change the mind of the mother. Just because she was able to change her mama mind, don't mean that she is going to be able to change his mother's mind. I think that Naim is disgusting that he would allow this to happen. But here's the kicker, though. The kicker for me is that if the mother wasn't in the show, their asses wouldn't be interesting. Because there's nothing interesting about Nyla. Nothing. I think she's a liar. I don't think that she is ready for this this polygamous relationship. She going here and there and everywhere, getting advice from this person, that person, anybody. Child, she's sitting on a bus reading the damn advertisements on the bus and the subway. She's just seeking answers everywhere. Instead of seeking sister wives, she need to seek some education about it, right? And she need to seek and really discover what it is that she really wants. Because I'm telling you right now, she doesn't really want her husband. Anyway, I'm going to go into it. Calm down, Auntie. Calm down and slow up. So they got this thing set up where they're going to have the mother introduce to Joe. So they already sitting there. He didn't already talk bad about his mother. He's called his mother some name. I can't remember what it is. Y'all tell me down in the comment section. He called his mother something. I can't remember what it was, but it was so disgusting. So I was like, he ain't about Jack. So the mother comes up and everything. You know, they introduce her to Joe. You know, the mother was trying to pronounce her name. I didn't even bother about the child. When they said you got permission to call her Joe, I said, that's what her name going to be. So, you know, the mother comes up. She doesn't know she's about to be ambushed. So, you know, they sit around and they're talking and everything. And they were like, you know, this is Joe. She's in, you know, a polyamorous relationship and everything, you know, not like ours, but she's in this relationship and she's a nice person. You need to get to know her. And the mom was like, I ain't down. There's a lot of good people. I don't need to get to know them. And I just think that, you know, when you get to be a certain age, right, you know, you just don't give a damn what's coming out of your mouth. Like the mom just did not care. She just came out of her mouth and she's saying what she got to say. She don't have time to be getting to know somebody. So anyway, they sat there and everything. And she, you know, she began to tell the mother about the relationship. And, you know, the mother was okay until, you know, she said, I'm in a relationship with a man. It's not about sex. It's about, you know, community. It's about family. It's about having a support system. So, of course, Natalia yells out, she's gay. She's bisexual. So the mother was like, oh, okay. So now I see where this is going. This isn't an innocent conversation that they're trying to have with me, right? They got some bullshit in the game. And y'all know they do. So I was just feeling the mother because once I tell you I'm not interested and I don't want to talk about it, I don't want anything to do with it, don't set me up, ambush me, put me in a situation where I've already told you I don't want to be in that situation. Do what you're going to do, but don't involve me in it. The mother had already told them I don't want to be involved in it. So the mother was like, y'all sleep in the same bed. And she was like, yeah, we sleep in the same bed together. So Naila was like, that's the same thing we're going to be doing. And the mother again said, don't invite me if y'all going to be doing that kind of stuff. Don't invite me if this is what y'all going to be doing. Then she comes out her trick bag and says, whoever comes into this relationship, we're all going to have to sleep in the same room because I don't want to be away from my husband. Well, honey, guess what? If you get a sister wife, that's not your husband. That's our husband. Naim came straight out and said, I don't know about this. We're still discussing this. We are still discussing this, which means that he doesn't agree. Because if this woman wants to be intimate with him, you think she's going to be okay? That's why I said I'm peeping possibly a phony ass couple. Because this is not what this girl really wants. It's just not. And she doesn't even have the attitude to be with another woman without trying to tear her down, belittle her. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. So now here we are. She's sitting there with the bullshit. Okay, she on straight bullshit. The mother was like, you know what? I don't have nothing to do with this. You know, I don't care about this. I'm just ready to, you know, to be out of here, whatever. And she was like, so what is your problem? You know, Nyla was like, what's your problem and everything? And she was like, I keep telling them they got kids involved. There are kids involved. Now, the mother said kids, K-I-D-S. Now, he is saying that this is his daughter or his child. Is this his stepdaughter? Because someone right, because when they got to arguing, okay, because they was arguing, She was saying, you don't think that I talk to my daughter, that I know her. So the husband, okay. So the mother was like, you don't have those issues because there's no children involved. They have children involved. There's a kid, there are kids involved, right? So she was like, what are you saying? First of all, the mother tried to get out of it by saying, I don't want to discuss this. I'm ready to go. And she's like, and it doesn't make a difference what I think. You all are grown and you're going to do what you want to do. So he was like, why would you just come to, the conclusion, mom, or whatever? And so Nyla goes on to say, I do care about what you think. No, the fuck she didn't, because she was disrespectful she was so disrespectful. And to see this weak ass man sit there with his head between his legs and allowing his wife to dog his mother like this, the mother may be nasty, but bitch, she raised that man that you with. The least you could do is shut the fuck up. But see, where she got mad at was because she said something about the child. She had already said, leave me out of this. Why can't you leave her out of it? Because he wants his mother to agree with this. So what y'all basically is saying that you don't respect anything that the mama says. You could care less about what the mama says. You could care less about her feelings. She's already sat down with you all multiple times and said, I don't want anything to do with this. If you go through with this, don't bring the bitch to my house. Nothing. She's already been very clear with it. So why you would blindside her with Joe? That's some bull. So anyway, she's like, well, when was the last time you talked to her? So evidently they have a 14-year-old daughter who's living in a household. She is not filmed. She's living in a household with them. They say that while they're going to do what they want to do, they listen to the daughter, but they don't take anybody's thoughts, anybody's opinions, nor suggestions. They don't take that into account. So why the hell are you asking? Just because you want to keep going around and talking about this and convincing yourself that this is something you want? Because with the rules that Naila is already talking about, it doesn't even go with it. Anyway, I digress. So, the mother was like, I talked to her. So he was like, my mother says that she talks to our daughter. She doesn't talk to her. The relationship, he said, let me describe the relationship that the two of them have with each other. It's non-existent. I thought that was so fucking rude to throw the mother up under the bus because the mother does not agree with this. You're using her in order to be on the show because they're boring without her. They're boring without her. There is no storyline without her. So you're going to bring her out and disrespect her in public. Bitch, people was sitting out on the veranda, okay, out on the porch, out on the balcony, okay, of the restaurant, having their food. And next thing you know, they get into it because the mother was like, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm not going to keep going back. She was like, you don't have it. So Nyla kept going back and forth saying that she doesn't have a relationship with the daughter. And you think that, I haven't had a conversation with my daughter. You haven't even talked to her. The mother said, I did talk to her. Then they were like, no, she hasn't. She'll pick up the phone, talk to her for about 5 minutes, and then she hang up. But when y'all acting like this and y'all disrespectful like this, fuck if I would deal with her either. And that may be wrong. It very well may be wrong. But if I got to deal with her, Nyla, and evil ass, I wouldn't fuck with the daughter much either. Because I'm sure that she's all in between and in betwixt the relationship going back and starting chaos and confusion because she had no respect for his mother. And the mother was like, I would not talk to my husband's mom like this. So the mother was like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. She was like, oh, so you leaving? So the mother was like, yeah, I'm going. I should walk around there and bust you in your fucking face. She said, and what you think gonna happen when you do? The mother was like, I will fuck you up, Auntie. What you think gonna happen if you do? So the mother was like, you can't whoop me. She was like, what you think gonna happen? You think I'm gonna be up here, you gonna be down there? What you think gonna happen? She up now. Joe is sitting up there pulling her back. Guess what the husband doing? Sitting down. He liked this kind of. What is it that his mother did? What did she fail to do in his life that he would not reverence his mother? What is it that the mother didn't do for him? What is he still angry about? What childhood issues could he possibly still be carrying? Where he would allow his wife with that jacked up, fucked up dollar store wig she got on her head to talk to her like that. What is it? He sat there and said, Mom, you don't think you owe her an apology? The mother said, hell no. She's sitting out here disrespecting me and you ain't said a word. And to disrespect the mother is not going to get the apology that you want. So the mother was like, come on, honey. Next thing you know, the mother was taking her jacket off. She said, bitch, I will drag you on this ground out here. And when she said, what you gonna do and all of that kind of stuff, the mother ended up leaving out. The waitress came out trying to shut it down. She saw the camera people and all of that out there. She went on back in. Joe is trying to, hold her down and telling her to sit down. Don't act like this. You know what I'm saying? All of that, all of the stuff that a normal person would do. Barbara said all her wigs are tragic. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, this is really happening. When a mother left, she said, I will fuck that old bitch up. I will drag that old bitch. Not one time did Naim defend his mother. The mother ended up leaving. They were walking out the restaurant. And Joe said, hold on, bitch, they ain't drink their drink. Honey, Joe said, I'm going to get the most up out of this situation. Absolutely G_5. It was absolutely disgusting. The way that she treated his mother and the way he allowed his mother to be treated. Don't nobody, anybody, want to be in a relationship with this raggedy ass woman. That's my opinion about it. I'm sticking to it. I was appalled. I was appalled. Last but not least, Garrick and Danielle. Oh my God. So Danielle is pregnant. Garrick and Natalia can't get married. Danielle, who said she wasn't coming, decided it would be a good idea when she know that Natalia don't like her to schedule to rub a pregnancy in this girl's face. She didn't know that they couldn't get married until she got there. But after she discovered that this girl could not marry her ex-husband, she should have not went and had a sonogram. That right there let me know. That and something else I'm getting ready to say. Let me know that Danielle did this on purpose, in my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the chat. Danielle did this on purpose. 14 years. Now I know before y'all say it that you can get pregnant in your latter years and that you cannot get pregnant within. But bitch, ain't no way in the world. Not one comment you make in the comment section, here, live, or in the replay, that you are going to convince me that Danielle did not do this shit on purpose. Let me tell you why, Pinky. Let me tell you why. This is why, my opinion. This is why I have that opinion. This is why I have that opinion. She scheduled a sonogram with a woman that she said for the last 6 weeks she didn't like and had no communication with. She said she wasn't going to come. She's screaming at him, at raggedy ass Garrick, about the fact that Natalia don't bunk with her. She comes anyway. She knows when she gets there that she hasn't been received well. But she also knew that Garrick and Natalia had been planning to get pregnant on purpose. See, we wasn't armed with that information before, but we've been armed with it now. Garrick said out his own mouth that he and Natalia had been trying to get pregnant on purpose. Danielle weighed into the conversation later on. She got pregnant on purpose by him for 14 fucking years. And now that he has a new young spring chicken of a wife that he's about to marry, now you pregnant? Then she says, last episode, I don't give a damn if she like me or not. I ain't going anywhere. Garrick said that Natalia was upset because they thought that they were pregnant and she ended up having her cycle. Danielle knew that the two of them were trying to expand the family. Now, I was thinking, why the fuck would she get pregnant, would Natalia get pregnant by him without being married? Absolutely, Tamika. Natalia was trying to have an anchor babe. There's no way in the world you're going to tell me that she wasn't doing something. Well, you could tell me whether I believe it or not is another thing. But there's no way in the world that I believe that Danielle hadn't been using something in order to not get pregnant for 14 fucking years. She didn't get pregnant with Roberta. But all of a sudden, he got this young thing. And now she pregnant and rubbing it in her face. And then after she finds out that they can't be married, and she know the girl damn near threw up in the last episode, even thinking about not being able to marry him, she goes and has this bitch that she don't like, the bitch don't like her, go to a sonogram and talk about surprise, surprise. What the? Bam. She know that he left her for 6 weeks. She was trying to get an insight on what was going on, and Natalia wasn't giving it to her because Natalia was spending her man's money, booking conference centers, caterers, buying wedding dresses, and hanging out with her teenage friends. They all talking about being excited about having a sonogram and all of this old kind of crap. And Natalia was looking like if looks could kill, Danielle would have been there. They would have had her wake and her funeral, bitch. And now they're standing at the burial site. Natalia's face had already put the first shovel of dirt on Danielle's ass. I am convinced just about that Danielle did this on purpose. Natalia's like, I'm sitting up here sad. And then Danielle gonna say it's a sad day, but a happy day. Happy for who? She was rubbing that in that girl's face. The fact that she is pregnant. And by Garrick's reaction, he ain't even happy with it. He wasn't happy with that bull. That's why now it makes sense why in the last episode, Natalia asked her, so you all been having unprotected, you know what? Because it probably was an agreement. And Danielle probably told her, oh no, when it's that time, we don't do nothing. Y'all, this is starting to make sense. Why Natalia's reaction was the way it was. Because she probably had been telling her, oh no, I have no intentions on getting pregnant. You know, I'm on a pill. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And that's why Natalia was like, I'm surprised. And she been giving her the cold eye, the negative eye, the cold. I'm trying to tell y'all. She showed up the first. So they go to the sonogram. Natalia is telling Garrick, basically, I feel like you ain't spent no time with me. You know I'm sad, and the only thing you thinking about is this baby. Because Danielle is prioritizing it. She's trying to make Garrick go along with the get along. She's trying to make Garrick man up and be happy. Garrick has already proved he... So Natalia says, I'm learning. Let me take my ass on out of here. Let me shift. And let me go head on. So Natalia goes out, you know, with them. They go into the sonogram room. She has a sonogram. The baby comes up on the screen. And as any mother who wants a baby, you're going to be happy. So Danielle is reacting. She's crying. And Natalia is standing there like, bitch, I know you lying. This is real. This ain't just a trap. This is real. Danielle is holding Garrick, and Garrick is holding Danielle, and she's like, no matter how hard things are in our relationship, we still love each other. If you got a solid relationship and you don't have no insecurities, you ain't got to say none of that. Oh, that's unnecessary. I truly believe Danielle did this on purpose. But as we all know, all the way back to caveman days, a baby ain't never kept nobody. This some bullshit. Natalia said, I am trying to learn how to be happy for a month that I really don't care about, that I don't really know, that I don't really bunk with. And when I'm going through my own sadness, I got to try to push through and be there for this bitch. When I know that this was a setup. This was a setup. So the next day we see Natalia. Teenage friends come down to the house because they were supposed to have been having like a celebratory, bridal shower, I guess. And her friends was coming over. So instead of canceling it, this is them coming over and saying, girl, you're going to be all right. Bitch, when they came up in there, it looked like we probably off of a van, walked up in there, child, I was ready for them to sing. I thought they was a damn singing group the way they came up in the house. How the hell did all of them come up there together? I was like, okay, so let's get started. They came in here, and Danielle sitting in the midst of them. Sit on a motherfucking side. Let her be with her friends. They look like they were just graduated high school. She said that her friends thought that she was crazy. But then after a while, they was like, oh, okay, girl, if that's your way to the bag, you do what you got to do. They sitting in, they talking about the relationship and how y'all think it's going on and all of this kind of stuff. And basically they get down to how do y'all get along or whatever. And Danielle was like, I don't know if Natalia happy about this or not. She don't seem like she really bunk with me. And then you gonna sit around my friends and cry? Garrick sitting there with his mouth wide open. Don't you dare sit around my friends and cry. Excuse yourself. Go home and cry in your pillow. Don't sit around my friends crying like this. This is crazy. Danielle is pregnant. So her hormones are all out of whack. I would give her a 1% excuse because of that. The rest of this is some bullcrap. Danielle is very clear. While Natalia is cold and stone-faced, Danielle is methodical. Danielle's an old hoe. She's not young. Like she's already studied Natalia. She studied what's going on with Garrick. She studied everything. Everything that Danielle is saying to Natalia around her friends and Garrick is premeditated and already thought out, bitch. Everything. Because why would you sit in front of my friends and say, can y'all tell her I need her to talk to me more? No, bitch. We're not interpreters around here. She has to understand. Natalia said, okay, I hear what Danielle's saying, but it's going to take time for me to get to know her. But here's the thing, Garrick, you ain't spent no time with me. I'm going through not being able to get married to you. I've made all the arrangements, and you haven't even taken the time to try to comfort me or be there with me or talk to me about it. And Danielle, like Natalia said before, I think he was there for her. He hugged her when she cried. He was there trying to talk to her. This slow talking. He's sitting over there looking with his eyes wide open. Natalia was like, oh my God, here come that same BS. She's always got to try to cover for this mother. Let him talk for himself. And then, of course, when he talks, I love both of them. The Sister Wife Foundation, the Academy. I just want everybody to know that the most beautiful thing that I like about the Sister Wife polygamy is that while I'm going out and doing what I want to do with the third wife, that they're there to comfort each other, play patty cat, cook, clean, and just be there for each other while I'm over here screwing the third wife. Then you said, well, we're going to expand the family. Natalia said, this bitch is talking about he want 4 to 5 wives. How is he going to continue to spread himself this thin? Nobody ever thought that after 14 years you would have a baby. But here you competing with me. So if you compete with me, when he brings the next wife on, you going to get pregnant again then? And then when he brings the next one on, you going to get pregnant again then? Every time one of us get pregnant, you getting pregnant too, Danielle? Because he don't know, he's already spread it thin and can't balance this. Then you're talking about some, Natalia was like, look, I got to build up eventually. I don't really know y'all. I don't know y'all. He been here with me 6 weeks. I'm going to have to walk into this. I'm going to have to learn how to like your ass. I'm going to have to learn how to tolerate you. Can we get a hug? So Natalia was like, I ain't got no beef with her. Y'all ain't got to translate else. It's done. I'm done. I'm good. Don't tell me nothing else she said. You my peoples. Don't tell me nothing else. Don't translate nothing. I'm sick of her. Let me tell y'all something. Danielle ain't stupid. Danielle know that she is no longer legally married to Garrick. Garrick said, come hell or high water. Come K1 visa, K2 visa, K20 visa, bitch. He's going to marry Natalia. I don't think Natalia gonna hang in there. That's why I think Natalia was trying to have a baby without being married. And now they're saying in one of the publications that they're about to move out of the country. Disgusting. Y'all cannot tell me that there was not a strategy with Danielle. Danielle literally sat there. And y'all know y'all saw it, and if you say you didn't, you a lie. Danielle was smirking that whole weekend. Danielle had the most eaten grin on her face, and she smirked and ha-ha'd and surprise and baby and I'm happy the whole time. Absolutely G_5. She just couldn't stop smiling. Yeah, you don't know exactly what she doing. Surprise! God always does, you know. Girl, Natalia, you had your cycle. You need me to go and get you some Kotex. You need me to go and get you some Stay Freeze. Or what about always? Because after all, I always win. Matter of fact, that's the brand I'm going to get you. So every time you look at that pad with the wings on it, bitch, that no leak like a pamper, you'll remember me. Because all I do is win, 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 no matter what. She was so giddy. But at the end of the day, she ain't going to win. Because Garrick is going to get somebody else. He's going to be right back on those dating apps and doing what he do. You're always going to be number last. Whether it's 4, 5, or 6 more wives, you're always going to be number last. Period. Period. Both of them are playing games. Natalia is playing chess. Even though Danielle is methodical, Natalia, with her attorney degree, is playing chess, not checkers. I can't wait to see how all of this plays itself out. Because Natalia don't like her. And Danielle don't like Natalia. And they in straight competition for somebody like that. Girl, I tell you, people will take anything, won't they? Bitch, I ain't got it to do. Anyway, I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, I apologize for not being on screen. It's 10 o'clock, and I'm probably going to be working till at least 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, getting some things done before I go on my vacation. If I don't talk to you again, please, all the mothers, have a happy, wonderful, safe Mother's Day. Celebrate you and allow others to do the same. I love you all so much, and until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.